Please.
You're listening to Weekend from the World Service. It's 42 minutes past the hour now. In Uganda, it's illegal to have a relationship with somebody of your own sex. There are strict penalties, as it stands, against it. In June, the East African country's parliament announced a ban on 38 non-governmental organisations that it accused of promoting homosexuality. So when the poet and author Beau Hopkins took up the challenge of writing a play on the subject for a Kampala-based theatre company, he knew he was dealing with what he describes as a very politicised, even incendiary issue. The play, called River and the Mountain, opens next week at a cultural centre in South Kampala, and Beau Hopkins can join me now, I hope, from northern Uganda live. Beau, why did you take this on?
I was asked to do it, and it seemed a good opportunity to do something interesting.
Yeah, interesting and provocative. What kind of response do you expect?
The cast, who are all Ugandan, and the director, who's Ugandan, who have a lot more experience of these kinds of things than I do. I've only been here for about 5 months. I'm pretty confident that, in their terms, it's gonna get people talking. I don't know how much stronger to think about it than that, really. Lots of people have been asking me if there's any fear of reprisals. I don't think there is, but it is definitely something that if you talk to anybody about, they will have very, very strong opinions on. There's really
Tell us about the play.
Before
we discuss the implications of putting it on, we should understand exactly what it's about.
Well, the play, I mean, the theatre company that asked me to do the play, they wanted to do a play which was going to tackle a controversial subject. And for them, the one thing that they really wanted to write about and to do was homosexuality, because they get their funding from foreign aid, and anything that foreign aid touches is highly instrumentalized. So they have to put plays on about garbage disposal and water sanitation. And they were much more interested in doing something which had a national symbolic significance.
But what's the play about? Is it about a gay relationship?
No, it's not. The main character is gay, and effectively the play is about the rhetoric that surrounds anti-homosexuality. So really, the main character is not considered as a kind of desiring erotic being. His sexuality as his primary identity is not really what the play is about. The play is about responses to his sexuality, responses from his professional life, from his friends and family, and his personal life.
Is it dangerous or just career? Sorry to interrupt you. Is it dangerous or just career dangerous for an actor to play a gay character where you are?
Well, luckily the main character who's playing the gay character is quite a famous actor here in Uganda. So he's well known enough for him to say, "Look, I'm playing a gay character," because a lot of people will assume that he's gay because he's playing a gay character. But he's very well known, and so he's got a big enough profile to get over that.
Presumably a minister from the government can turn up and shut the performance down. Are you half expecting that?
I don't know. It's what happened to the vagina monologues when they came to Kampala a few years ago. It's probably the biggest risk that we face, that they'll just shut us down. But what can you do?
I'm going to get Kate Adie to ask you some questions, Beau. You sound slightly blasé about the risks involved. Go on, Kate.
This is an incendiary subject in Uganda, and it's been top of the agenda in a lot of discussions about the country and its international relations. You are playing with fire.
Well, part of the reason that we want there to be some talk about the subject is because I think the angle that we're going to give on it is going to be extremely useful for the debate. It's going to present a gay character who is somebody who is fundamentally normal, which is not really an image that circulates in the debates surrounding homosexuality here.
Beau, are you worried that you'll somehow become a tool for the opposition, as it were, in the sense that in many of these countries, Uganda included, homosexuality is considered a foreign import, and here you are, a foreign playwright, taking on this topic. Does that worry you at all?
Yes, yes. I think one of my biggest concern about how the play is going to be received is how it will be. I mean, it's going to be talked about by people probably who've never seen it. It will be immediately instrumentalized, and it will be slotted into a pre-existing political discourse, and it will be made to serve particular interest ends. So we're trying very, very hard to draw attention to the fact that this is not a didactic play. It's deliberately, it carries no overt message, and it is deliberately trying to use the tools of comedy and drama rather than anything more didactic to embed or to discuss this issue in a broader context. But
Henry Chu, I'm talking of foreign involvement. I know you're particularly concerned that U.S. evangelical groups have been involved in the campaign against homosexuality in Uganda.
That's absolutely right. They've sent representatives over to participate in conferences that have talked about homosexuality as a disease that can be cured or some way treated as though it were a pathology. And although they certainly deny encouraging any kind of physical violence against gays and lesbians, that's happening in these countries, Uganda and other African countries, and I think that there is quite a worrisome trend of American abetting of that.
And there's an element of unreasonableness and lack of any dialogue in the religiously driven fundamentalist view. Listening to the sophisticated argument that you are going to put forward the problems, the issues, etc., in a sophisticated way in a drama will go right past the nose of most people if practice is anything to go by.
That must be a worry for you, Beau Hopkins, finally.
Yes, it is. It is. But I think if we succeed in making this an entertaining and moving piece of drama, I think we have a chance of bypassing those immediate instrumental reactions.
Beau Hopkins, thank you very much for joining us. Sorry for the delay on the line, which led me to interrupt you lots, or sound as if I was, but kind of you to come on the line, and good luck with the production. Beau Hopkins, writer of a play called The River and the Mountain, which goes on in Uganda this week.